The history of the Game Boy. The maker of the Game Boys, Nintendo, have made many different versions, all that have revolutionized the modern age. In 1989, Nintendo created the first handheld game system, the Game Boy. It came with a 4-directional pad, 2 action buttons, and a start and select button. The handheld capability greatly appealed to the market since it was the first ever portable game system. After a few other attempts at the Game Boy, such as the Game Boy Put It Loud, Game Boy Pocket, and the Game Boy Light, Nintendo then proceeded to create the Game Boy Color, an advanced version of the Game Boy with color capabilities. It also had backward compatibility, allowing it to play original Game Boy games. In the year 2000, Nintendo released yet another Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance. On top of better viewing and color capabilities, the console had an additional left and right toggle buttons on the top of the Game Boy. It also featured backward compatibility, hitting big at the industrial market. A few years down the road, Nintendo released an improved Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Advance SP. The console had the screen on top of the controls and had a folding capability, making it very portable. Here is the picture of the Game Boy cartridge, the Game Boy Color cartridge, and the Game Boy Advance or Advance SP cartridge. And at last, in the year 2005, Nintendo released the Game Boy Micro, an exceptionally small version of the Game Boy with a high-resolution screen. However, the Game Boy Micro did not have any games of its own.